I was talking to SliceNDice earlier, and he thinks this is the matchup he's most concerned.
Really?
Yeah.
Did he mention what character he's concerned about, or just the player?
Darkrai, actually.
Darkrai? Okay. Jin, I think, definitely prefers... It seems lately like Darkrai is his preferred pick, especially going in like blind versus someone like Slice who will play a lot of characters. And also Slice's main being Libre. And Darkrai is, I think, the general consensus is thinking that they win that matchup. Sorry about that.
Slice thinks it's 8-2 for the Darkrai versus Libre.
Slice has very strong opinions, like I said.
Yep. Sometimes he jokes that Libre is the worst character in the game.
Very interesting opinions, like I said. You know, I'm not here to call anyone's opinions wrong. On stream. I will off stream, but not right now. But yeah, like, this is generally considered, at the very least, if not winning, a harder matchup for Libres to play. So I think that, yeah, it makes sense that he would be concerned about fighting Jin, who is one of the best Darkrai's in the country.
Yes, indeed.
As well as playing a plethora of other characters, but like also like his best character, like the character he would love to comfort pick to. At the very least, he feels like struggles extremely hard. So it's not something. Oh, but he picked Libre, and Jin didn't pick Darkrai. He picked Lucario. This is a much more even matchup. I don't know what Slice or Jin thinks of this matchup, but generally I believe it's pretty even.
Sometimes it's fun. I'll pick Lucario against SliceNDice's Libre, and he also says he also has some different matchup.
Interesting.
But let's see SliceNDice.
I'd be interested to see why that is. Yeah.
Take this out.
Yeah, definitely. It sounds like probably not as dreaded as the Darkrai pick. I'm sure when they got to that CSS, I'm sure he was like, oh, huh,
Yeah.
you know, a big sigh of relief.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Oh, and counter attack going.
Slice attack just going, or Slice just going right under that Bone Rush upswing. That is an interaction that happens in this matchup because Libre is so small.
Then off to a very oppressive start here.
Yeah,
Libre in the corner again.
He's kind of controlling. He's just kind of controlling Slice right now, like controlling the pace, controlling movement very well. Just
both characters almost outdone.
Yeah, I would like to point out like Jin, like Shadowcat, is very less so, but he definitely has like a plan that can stop a lot of click. And there's a benefit of Libre's small stature, just completely avoiding that 8 white point blank. Even though their grab was tech. Mimikyu setup. Here's the thing. Here's the thing that the Slice loves to do. Very, very strong setup with Mimikyu.
More resets.
And breaking his ankles right there. Getting the defense buff for the mix-up. And still getting an Oki. And Jin counter-attacking. I'm not sure what he was expecting. Pikachu! Yeah. I'm not sure what Jin was expecting. Oh, he's not dead. With such little burst left on Libre. But
SliceNDice closing the gap.
Oh
my god, SliceNDice, that was amazing.
Jin going for the extended state, I think, to extend his invulnerability, but Slice like, nah, I know about that. You can't do that to me. Just grabbing him, just like, no, you're still in the mix-up. You can't burst in field base, you're still in the mix-up. And the thing is, he had those fresh debuffs from Mimikyu too, so that's what allowed that to kill. Very smart from SliceNDice, like setting himself up for future situations, not only the current one.
I just realized Jin picked Fennekin here. I noticed Jin was doing a lot of labbing a week ago, and he mentioned something about Fennekin being underused.
Yeah, he made a Twitter post talking about like stuff he thought was underrated after like a long, like apparently like really long, like intense labbing, like few sessions or whatever. And he was like, yeah, I think the Fennekin is actually better than Umbreon, which is I don't think people really talk about which one they think is better, but generally they pick Umbreon more for utility purposes. But he thinks that, excuse me, Fennekin is like a lot less risky, more consistently rewarding. I think his general thoughts on it. So I'm interested to see how it pays off for him. Because I do think that it has a place. I think that it's pretty good. I don't necessarily think it's better than Umbreon, but I think that it definitely has its own place.
Getting another visit.
Very good anti-air. Very good reaction from SliceNDice. Gonna get double bust from this again, like we mentioned earlier in the stream. Put himself in a great spot. Jin does have Jin does have burst and rage.
Jin on his last bet here.
And he does have Fennekin as well.
But still has burst on hand.
He has all the resources at his disposal. It just gonna depend on how he uses them.
Nope.
No. I think he might have pressed jump and was able to cancel it after the window, yeah.
That's something you can't do.
But that's going to be the end. It should be. Yeah. I don't actually know what the base damage is for that, but yeah, that's gonna be the end of that. So Slice taking game 1.
You can see the look on his face. He is very happy right now.
Yeah, he's very feeling. he's got to be feeling pretty good. You know, this is
A genuine
the
push.
pool match he was concerned about. Like, this is the player in his pool that he was most concerned about, and he's starting off with a lead. That's so much better than having to play on the back foot versus someone you're scared of like that. Like, you know, this is such a good. Not only is it probably like a confidence booster, but it's got to be like just relieving as well. Just like, I'm in a spot. Not only can I lose a game, I only need one more.
But Jin decides to go Darkrai.
Here, yeah, and I was expecting the Darkrai switch. This was expected. I think I'm interested to see what happens. I think Jin is gonna have a good time in this game, and Slice is gonna need a little time to adapt. But we'll see if he just is able to ride this high, because he's like, he might just be feeling super good, and he might be feeling himself. You know, Jin is again a very like, he's a top player. He's a very solid player. He can sometimes struggle with being like ran down, you know? Like, when people get in, he's not a fan of those situations, which is why his playstyle is based around like trying to avoid like polarizing guesses like that. So we'll see what Slice is able to do. If you see he like that, winning the first field phase versus him, big deal. Then trying to
Jin in the corner.
yeah, this is a big deal. This is a huge deal actually.
Yeah. When you're in that corner as Darkrai with no Nightmare mode, you're in trouble. Yeah.
Slice not opting to do resets. He's going for phase shifts, so I gotta wonder if he's just very confident in his ability to win these phases. Even then, I feel like Darkrai having such a strong field phase. If you're confident, yep, very fast dash. So it's a very real mix-up. But I gotta wonder if Slice, wow, very dominant round. This is looking very good for SliceNDice.
Almost a perfect, actually.
Almost, yeah. So we have some backroom news. Slice was saying, "Watch this, I'm gonna get a double perfect." Slice is feeling a little good, feeling a little happy right now, probably.
Maybe a little cocky.
Maybe.
Sometimes that comes back to bite.
Sometimes that comes back to bite, but sometimes feeling yourself, depending on the circumstance, can be very beneficial. You know.
Yes.
You see Slice taking hits there, anti-air hits. Darkrai can't really like reliably like get into Nightmare off of a hit like that. Like with their homing, like they can't really get into Nightmare off of that. So very smart for him to take that risk right there. Again, Slice has all the momentum in the world right now.
Yeah,
he's sitting on his burst. Yeah, he just refreshed his attack buff. He has his enhanced refreshed. He has his burst.
Yeah, very much based on momentum.
Definitely, yeah. Very good at defensively playing too, but like very scary. And that's gonna be it. That's it. That's the set.
SliceNDice.
Slice 2-0ing Jin.
A statement here.
That is Slice again, a very well respected, like a very strong player for sure. But this is an upset. I'm calling it. It's an upset. That's a big win. And again, that was Slice's #1 fear going into this pool, and he just 2-0'd him, and it was convincing. Not like that was convincing, like, you know, it seemed like it was convincing. That was kind of a beatdown in the